All right, I just got up for getting ready for day one of Plantcon. Alarms, I think, are just going off in the house. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I am not a morning person. Okay, all loaded up and ready. Probably because of Labor Day weekend. Yeah, here it is, right? It's Dallas. We made it in line. 45 minutes. Yay. Yay. So much. Also breaking into the freeze-dried candy, we got a sample bucket. You just dropped it. These are the nerd clusters. So good. Also has Skittles in it. It's a texture thing. Tastes just like the regular candy, but the texture is so cool. There's a lot more in here. We're not gonna eat all of this now, but it's a nice little break, little refresher, and it's fun. Okay, Plantcon day one was cool, pretty successful day. There are some things that I have my eye on to get tomorrow, but I want to think about it overnight. But we're headed out. I'm gonna go get some food because we have not eaten anything yet today, but I'm very excited about what we're getting for dinner, so stay tuned for that. All right, time for dinner. This place is so good. We had to wait until they opened because they close in the afternoon, but we are very hyped to get some ramen right now. These look so good.
Got a little dipping sauce.
Little dippy sauce. All right, this looks pretty good. I got the black garlic tonkatsu with pork. Hub's got the shoyu ramen with chicken katsu. Sticking together. Let's dig in. This looks so good. Last stop of the evening. Got a shandy. Pretty good, very light, very summery. Okay, done at day one of Plantcon. It's dark out now, so the lighting is just the artificial hotel lighting. But we went out, got dinner after Plantcon because we didn't eat all day. Our mistake, honestly, but Plantcon was awesome. I really had a blast. I was overwhelmed for a bit of it because there was a lot going on, and it was so busy that it was hard to just see some of the booths. So toward the end, I was just like, oh my gosh, let me just get through this. But we did take a little break once we checked into our hotel, got up here, put the plants that we bought up here, and then went back. And by that point, it was after 2, almost 3, I want to say, and it was a lot less crowded, so we were able to go through. A lot of the booths had been picked over at that point. There were so many things that were sold out, but it was nice to just walk around and not be really crowded, you know, so that was nice. We started out the day by getting these free shirts because we were some of the first couple hundred people to go in. So it says Plantcon Dallas 2024, and then the back has sort of the top tier sponsors. I love that Wild Roots and Steve's Leaves are on there because I absolutely love them. A lot of the plants I got today were from them, even though I visit Wild Roots frequently. But it's a really nice soft t-shirt. We each got one, small, medium. But if the medium's too small for my husband, I'm just gonna steal it. So I think it's a win-win for me. That worked out pretty well. And then I wanted to show off everything that I got today for day 1. So I'll start with the big boy. And it was a goal to bring home a big boy. And I did, you know, I saw it immediately and I was like, I need to have it. So this is the Mag Silver Blush Hybrid. This is from Wild Roots. It was $50. He's gorgeous. I love him so much. I already have one of these, but it's not doing well at all. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get a giant one. Why don't we? So he's huge. He's working on a new leaf right now. He's actually working on 2, unless it's an inflow. I think that's an inflow. Okay, so I bought an anthurium that's about to flower, but I don't know what to do with that. If anybody has any tips, because I don't really have a lot of anthurium that are flowering size, any tips would be appreciated with that. So that's the first thing that I just grabbed. Most of the hanging baskets were Dock Block F2 for $75. This was the only one that I saw, and I went straight to the Wild Roots booth. I'll tell you why in a minute. I just went straight there, and this was the only Mag Silver Blush, the only one that was $50, so I just snagged it. I got compliments on this all day. I feel really bad for my husband because he carried it around for most of the day, and he was trying so hard not to get it dinged up. He did a pretty good job, I would say. So I'm very happy with this one. And then I got a couple other things from Wild Roots. There's just a lot in this bag, so I'm gonna have to put it on the floor and just grab things out of it. So the other thing that I grabbed, because you had to spend $100 to get a grab bag, so I got another $50 plant. This is a Dock Block F2 crossed with Carla Blackier. Very cute. I have always wanted a Carla, can't afford them. This was $50, nice hybrid. I love a Dock Block hybrid. So it's just a nice way to get something like a Carla in my collection for a fairly reasonable price. I love it. I think it's adorable. I really struggled to decide what to get specifically as my second plant from Wild Roots because there are so many that are just amazing. I love just about every hybrid that Wild Roots makes. So I was very happy with this. But if you spent $100, you got a free grab bag. And I was just praying that it wasn't a Tycon, but maybe I should have been happy if it was a Tycon because this is not my favorite plant. It's fine. I'm just gonna give it to my husband for his office, but I got a Ficus shiveriana as the grab bag plant, and like I'm not a ficus girly. It's not my thing, and then I don't like this ficus on top of it. It's not my favorite plant, but it was free, so I'm not gonna complain about it too much. I'm just gonna let my husband have it and see if he can keep it alive. So that's what I got as the little freebie. I'm gonna put it back in because I don't wanna look at it right now. Also got a free sticker with the shirts. Very cute, love the logo, so that went with the shirts. So that's everything I got from Wild Roots today. And what did I buy next? Oh my gosh, I bought this. Okay. Y'all know how much I love Pokemon. I unboxed the ColourPop Pokemon collection, and there were a lot of people that were selling Pokemon related things today. So I got this adorable, there's gonna be a glare because of the top down light, but I hope that this comes across. I got this adorable little Umbreon terrarium. There were a few people selling terrariums that had Pokemon in them. I have zero experience with the terrarium, so getting a small one in this cute little Pokeball shape, I thought that was great for a beginner like me. This was $25, and it's just, I think it'll be good for a beginner. She said just mist it with a sprayer once a month, and that's it. So hopefully I can keep this alive because I love Umbreon. It is one of my favorite Pokemon, top 5, maybe even top 2. I just love dark types, and it looks like a cat. I mean, it's perfect. So I'm very excited about this. I saw it, and it was one of the only things today where I immediately saw it and I said to my husband, I have to buy it. I have to buy it right now. So I did. I didn't even think about it. I just bought it because I knew I'd have it. So cute. I'm really happy I did. I think it's gonna look so cute, I think, on top of my Millsbo Wide or on top of one of my shelves in the plant room that y'all don't really see, but they're behind my couch. I think it'll look really cute. Hopefully I can keep everything alive in here. I think this is the part in the back that's alive. It's a little mossy looking thing, but it's super cute, and I'm really happy I got it. It's something a little bit different. I thought I was just gonna buy plants today, but I didn't. This was really cute. So that is the next thing that I purchased. My husband and I also got some freeze-dried candy to try. He had never tried them before. I tried them once when I was in Charleston, and it's the texture really fools you because it tastes just like the candy that you know, but then my husband describes it as the texture of a Cheeto puff. And I think that's pretty accurate. It's very light, very airy, and it really fools your brain. So it's fun. We've been snacking on this a little bit today. Very nice. After that, we took a break because we were just feeling a little overwhelmed. There was a lot going on. And I started going back to, because at that point I think we had done one loop around most of the vendors. I think there's a couple that I missed just because there were so many and so many booths were so crowded that I just blacked out and missed a couple. But we went back to a few just because I was like, oh, I think I like to plant here. I think I like to plant there. So one of the ones we went back to was Steve's Leaves. And I had been feeling a little dejected at that point because I really was looking for variegated Scindapsus today. And every single one that I saw was very expensive for what it was. It was a lot of fresh imports, a lot of barely rooted cuttings or maybe 2 leaves. And they were all over $100. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not paying that. I did that with the Mayari. It was a 2-leaf rooted growing top cut and it just didn't cut it. So I saw a couple of people holding at Steve's Leaves some variegated Scindapsus. I was looking around like, where did you get that? Where did you get that? I didn't see that the first time that I went around in there. And I found it. And I got 2. So the first one I got, and this was hilarious because I saw this exact kind at another booth, a cutting for so much more than what this was. So this is the Scindapsus pictus P Sun. I guess it's a mutation. It's called the P Sun mutation. This has 2 actively growing plants in it. This is the part that's the prettiest to me right here. I think that is gorgeous. I mean, the lighting right under the lamp here is so nice. That's gorgeous. And then this one's not bad. It's just not as high a variegation. There's a couple low variegation leaves here. I think the new leaf here is pretty low as well, but I'm not mad at it because it's got this high variegation section and it looks like I could just propagate it if need be. Looking at it now under this light, there is some variation at the top of this here. So very happy with this. It was the best looking one out of everything that was left because obviously I missed it the first time. So I'm sure that there are better ones that I missed, but I'm happy with it just for this section alone. This is gorgeous. This was $30. At Steve's Leaves, I think they're from the DFW area. they were just saying, we don't want to take these plants home with us. And I'm like, you guys don't even have the longest drive home. But I wasn't going to complain. Like, if you're going to give me a deal on a plant, I will happily oblige. And their plants are great. I got my Philodendron bipennifolium Splash Gordon from them and my low variegation Albo, both super healthy, great plants. I got the other Scindapsus I got because I got multiple plants from them. This is the Scindapsus manguari. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm really sorry. But this one is a little bit more leggy, and there's 2 different types of variegation on it. This is a lot of half moons on this side. It also has 2 actively growing pieces. So this side has a lot of half moons, and this side is very marbly. There's a little bit of damage on it. All these plants, oh, is there 3? No, there's 2. There's 2. All these plants were basically in vans and trucks stuffed together to get here, so it's fine. But also $30. I'm not gonna complain about this for $30. When I kid you not, somebody was selling a 2-node cutting of this for $90. And I got all this for $30. So not complaining at all. It looks great given the price. There's a couple older leaves that don't look great. Worst case, I could just chop and prop this and see what comes out of it. But I think it was a pretty good deal, and I'm happy with it. I think it's beautiful. I really love Scindapsus. I'm trying to get more of the variegated ones. I didn't really know where to start. I think this is a great start. So I'm very happy with the 2 of those that I got. I also was feeling a little salty at this point that I not bought a single Hoya. And this is the only Hoya I bought all day. So I picked up this Hoya Larissa, and I picked it up because it is actually a wish list plant for me. So this was $50. And back when I was looking at purchasing one before, I was looking at cuttings for $50. So I thought this was a decent price. I don't know what they go for right now. I was just happy with it. There are 2 active growth points on this plant. This is an active vine. It's got nice, beautiful, healthy leaves. The new ones are still hardening off. There's tiny baby leaf growing right there. It's got splash, it's veiny, it just feels really healthy. So I was happy with getting this. And then finally, I got a wish list plant that I've been looking for such a long time. And I just saw it on an off chance. I was walking toward the register to check out, and I said, oh my gosh, is that a Mexicanum? And it was a sea of Mexicanums, actually, a whole sea of them. And they were $15. This, oh, I forgot, this was $50. They were priced at $15. I got a deal because I got so many plants. So this ended up being like $5. And this one has 2 plants growing in it, just 2. I saw some that had 4 growing in these tiny pots. This is going to need a repot ASAP. I mean, huge plants. I wanted one that wasn't so crowded. I know you could separate them and make money if you bought one that was really crowded. I just didn't want to do that. I don't want to go through that stress and that hassle. I wanted the most healthy looking one I could find. That was this one. Again, a little bent up just from being crowded in a van, but it's beautiful, mature leaves, and I could get this climbing. I could keep the 2 plants together and it'll look more full. This is exactly what I wanted out of a Mexicanum, and I'm so glad that I waited for the right one. I'm very happy with this one. The new leaf here looks great. There's another new leaf coming in on this side. It's just not really that far along yet. I'm just so happy. This is the steal of Plantcon for me. And I know everyone's thinking, oh my gosh, it's just a Mexicanum. That plant isn't even variegated. It's sometimes the simplest, easiest, most understated plants that really mean the most. And I'm really just over the moon that I found this. I cannot wait to get it up on a pole, get it climbing. I hope it gets even bigger and more mature. I'm just so happy that I got it at such a steal too. I thought that I found cuttings for $20. I was like, oh, that's a great price. I mean, this is great. This is wonderful. It still has the red backs. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. I'm so happy I found this. So that is everything that I got from Steve's Leaves. And then I got 2 more plants. So they were from another seller. I was also really looking for a Philodendron micans variegated today. I just assumed they've really been flooded on the market lately, and it's been a wish list plant for me. I assumed I'd just be able to find a good looking one to take it home. It was a lot harder than I thought. A lot of people brought no shade to them, but they basically brought cuttings and they didn't look completely rooted. Some of them looked in shock. And I really wanted, if I was going to spend money on this plant and I waited for so long, I wanted the right one. So I went around at every booth, and then I went back to all the booths that I saw had them, and I didn't see anything that really struck me. I also wanted one that was climbing, not trailing, or one that I could quickly put on a pole. So there were some really nice trailing looking ones, but the leaves were getting smaller as they were trailing, and I don't want to deal with that. I want a plant that's going to be on a pole, and it's just going to continue to get bigger. So I was partially being picky. Some of the things I saw were just cuttings, or they didn't look the best. And I talked to my husband about it. I was like, I think I'm just gonna have to give up and get one online. So we were going toward the exit, and I saw a bunch of Micans cuttings, and I said, wow, I think those are Philodendron Micans. Let's go look really quick. So we did, and I got one, of course. So it's in this cup. But the new leaf has really good variegation. All of the leaves are pretty big, and it's climbing. I spent $35 on this one. I thought that was pretty good. It's very well rooted. It's in a plug, so I don't really know how to deal with that. Do I just take it all out of the plug? Because I'm probably gonna put this in a moss-based fix. Let's be real, I grow everything in moss. So I don't know what to do about the plug. But other than that, I'm very happy with how this looks. Worst case, it's got multiple nodes. I can just chop it. So I'm very happy with the one that I picked out. I'm glad that I waited, and I was willing to walk away if it wasn't the right one, but then I found the right one. And finally, I just got this plant really on a whim. I told you all about my Scindapsus mayari that just wouldn't grow and doesn't have the best variegation. And I saw a bunch of mayari here as well. There were a lot of variegated Scindapsus cuttings. I guess variegated Scindapsus are popular now. I love them, so I wanted them for a while before they got popular. I guess now it's just more accessible, so I can get them. And I saw a bunch of mayari, and I was like, oh, I already have them. I saw so many beautiful mayari today, but this one was $15 because it's just a crappy little cutting. Not to put shade on it, it's just an imperfect leaf with a mid-cut. And it was growing a leaf, and I saw that there is variegation in this leaf, more than what mine currently has. And I was talking to my husband, I was like, I already have a mayari, but the variation's crappy. And he was like, well, that's $15, just get it. Why aren't you gonna get it? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it, and I'll just pot them together eventually. So that's what happened, and I bought it. I'm really excited to see what the new leaf is going to look like. It's just an experiment at this point. It's $15. If it doesn't work out, I'm not really out that much money. And I like Scindapsus a lot. So that's the story behind this one. I'm very happy with all of the plants I got today. And then one last thing, my husband got me a Christmas gift, and he told me I'm not gonna be able to wear it until after Christmas because he's gonna take it away. But I figured I'd show you guys before he takes it from me. I was like, can you please buy this for me? Adorable clay earrings. These were at $35. I absolutely love clay earrings. I love how creative artists can get with them. I really want to make my own, actually. I think I would be pretty good at it, seeing as I did go to art school. But for now, I want to support local artists that are clearly talented and good at what they do. So I bought these little earrings, well, my husband did, and they're going to be a Christmas gift to me. So you're not gonna see these again until probably January, but I figured I'd show them off because they're something that we got today, and they are super cute. I love the color scheme. I love that they're mods. I don't have anything like this in all of my jewelry, so I'm very happy about this. So that is it for day one. I am going to just shower, get ready for bed, get everything organized for tomorrow. We are going back for day 2, but I don't think we're gonna stay the whole day just because we saw everything today. There are a few things that I want to think about tonight. I might buy tomorrow just because there were just a few things that were calling my name, you know. I was just like, maybe. But all in all, I think this is a successful Plantcon, whether or not I buy anything tomorrow. I had so much fun today with my husband. We had the best time, loved looking at all the reptiles, loved looking at all the plants, seeing all the people. It was just so much fun. And let's stay tuned for tomorrow. We just got got here and we already scored from Steve's Leaves. Again, of course, a Scindapsus because why not, you know? Okay, so this is a plant competition. These are so pretty. I mean, that Wilbur Graves Russia. Oh, a Mutant Mandula. Wow. Mine looks like crap. Mine's basically dead. This Anthurium also. Oh, it's from Steve's Leaves. They got it that big in a year. That's crazy. Those are so cool. There's a lot of the same stuff as yesterday, but some vendors have new things that we've seen. Just not all of them. Some of them definitely look bought out, but that's all right. I think we got a pretty good haul yesterday anyway, so just meandering today, relaxing, having a good time, not in a rush or anything really. They've restocked the Pokeball terrariums. We're doing a victory lap because I think we're just about done shopping. I think we've shopped till we dropped, but we checked out all the vendors that had new things, but a lot of them also didn't, so I don't think we're going to be here quite as long today, but it's still fun. Still had a good time. Just going to see if there's any last minute thing that catches our eye. We got a birthday present for my brother, which I'm not going to say here because he watches some of my videos, but that was good. That was a success too. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, look at its face. That's so cute. Brand new Buckies. It's beautiful. This might be the place that dreams are made of. Genuinely. We could get more lawn chairs while we're here. I love this place so much. See? They have double wide. They have everything. Lunch secured. Also had to get the glazed pecans. I got the chicken fajita taco. Husband got a new item, fried chicken with fries. Better be good. I'm a little jealous, but we're gonna eat up and then head home and say goodbye to Plantcon and Dallas. All right, I am back from Plantcon, back in the plant room, and there is a lot to discuss. So first I wanna go over what I purchased for Plantcon day 2, since I have not yet done that. Nutmeg is here, just being a good boy, eating some treats, having a great time, investigating. So you might see him throughout the video, but that's fine. First off, I got another Scindapsus. This was called Scindapsus green form. It looks like, oh, it's also called Hask. So I think this is also known as the snake scale if it shingles, but it's adorable and I just had to have it. I got it for $45, not as much of a steal as yesterday, but that's all right. I got it first thing when I got there, so I think the steals are later in the day usually. Totally fine, I'm happy I got it. I got a lot of Scindapsus, as you saw earlier. I got a lot this time, and I'm not mad about it. I love them, I wanna collect all of them, and that's all there is to say about that. I got a couple more things though. This is not the only thing I bought. So I got one more plant. And that was this beautiful little orchid that I hope it's written down what it's called. If not, I can look back on my footage. Okay, not even going to attempt to pronounce that, but look at these blooms. My husband and I are determined to keep an orchid happy. We wanted so many of them, but we decided to get this one. It's adorable. It had 3 growth points when most of them had 2, so I thought that was a plus as well. And not all of the blooms have opened up yet, so that was another drawing point for me. I didn't want one that was basically done blooming. So I'm very happy with this. I'm happy that we got it. I'm very excited to see if I can keep it alive, keep it happy. Maybe I'll be an orchid girly now too. But it's super cute. Very happy I got that. It's not very stable, so I'm gonna have to lay it down on my coffee table over there. But that was not everything that I got. I made one more stop, and that was at Houseplants. So they had some moss poles for pretty cheap. These were $4 each. I got 2. They're 16-inch plant supports. And then I got these big ones, 23-inch for $6 each. Insanely cheap. I really like the hexagon shape in here. Reminds me of a honeycomb. I wanted to get the small ones that were only $3 each that I saw at the end of the day yesterday. And I said I was gonna come back in the morning and get them, and they were gone. So I got these. Not mad about it. They still look great. I'm gonna put them probably on the floor because they're huge. But I got those. I was looking for decorative pots. Didn't really see any that I clicked with. So I got a 5-pack of just clear 3-inch pots. You guys know I love a good clear pot. So I got those. They were pretty cheap. And then a pack of plant clips for $1. And they gave us a free little sticky. It says follow on Instagram. So this I think is for fungus gnats. I have a carnivorous plant. I did not buy a second one. I wanted to, I almost did, but all of the ones that I saw were not in the best shape. All of the good ones had been sold the day before. They were looking a little dry because in Plantcon there wasn't a ton of humidity per se. So it just, I don't think it was in the cards for today to buy one. I really want another ping. I'll probably get one in the near future just because they're so good at getting rid of fungus gnats. Nothing is better, honestly. Like, I've never used these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one because I just don't really use them. I love a good ping. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll get one eventually. It just, they didn't look great. And then I also had set out this morning before I found this one. I had set out to get an import, I think, Scindapsus that I had seen the day before. And there were a bunch of them when I left toward the end of the day yesterday, and I was like, okay, I'll go get one tomorrow. That was my goal. That was the one plant that I thought about overnight, and I said, you know what, I really want to get it. And there were 2 left this morning, and they looked terrible. So I decided against it, got the other one instead. I'm very happy I got that one, but yeah. It's just the one table that had the import Scindapsus too. Some of them were very overpriced and then some of them weren't, and there were so many names I didn't recognize for the Scindapsus. So maybe it just all worked out for the best not to get them today or yesterday, just not to get any of those fresher import Scindapsus. I've also never dealt with a fresh import before, so I think it was probably all for the best. Those plants, honestly, I'm a little leery of getting imports at a show or a market for plants because they're freshly imported, then they're in a truck going to whatever market you're going to, and then they gotta come home before you ever get them in a pot situation or get them rehabbing. So that's a long time for them to wait, and some looked better than others. Some of the imports that were there looked great, they really did. Some of them looked very healthy, but some just didn't, and it just, I'm not very trusting of it. I think I would like to try importing for myself one day just to see how it goes, maybe before I would trust getting kind of sad looking imports at a market. But other than the imports, all the plants look great at Plantcon. I am so happy with the plants that I got. I mean, I love this plant. It's beautiful. It's huge. I love it. It's got a couple little blemishes. I'm not sure if this happened after I bought it. It probably did. My husband was carrying it around all day at Plantcon, so could have happened, but it's beautiful. It's just an amazing anthurium. I love that I have a big boy that is possibly about to flower. So I got that. I got a little gift from my brother that I'm not gonna share. I mean, I showed you guys all of this already, but this is probably my favorite purchase of the weekend, is this Umbreon terrarium. Please send thoughts and prayers that I can keep it alive. But other than that, I'm very happy with it. I think I need to go back in and fix it. I think it got jostled in the car a little bit. Just a little plant, looks like it fell over. But other than that, I mean, this is so cute. I'm really hoping I can keep it alive and happy. I'm really happy with all of these purchases. I think I did really well. And I think on everything, I have never spent this much on plants in my life, but I was really saving up for this for a few months after I bought the tickets to Plantcon. So I spent, I think, a little under $400 for everything that I bought, including the terrarium, all the plants, all the plant accessories I bought. The most expensive plant that I purchased was $50. So this, and then the other Anthurium Carla Doc Block hybrid, they were each $50. They were the most expensive plants that I purchased the whole weekend. Overall, it was great. Staying in a Marriott, I don't think I'd ever done that before. It was so nice. So that was fun. Loved that we could just go right downstairs from our room this morning and the Plantcon was right there. All the vendors were really cool. Everything fit with the vibe. I actually loved that there was a freeze-dried candy vendor. I thought that was so cool. There was a huge area in the middle to just sit and relax with picnic benches, which was great because I did get pretty overwhelmed. But overall, it was awesome. I didn't attend any of the lectures. They didn't really seem like my thing. I loved looking at the reptile expo. I wish there was more. To be honest, there weren't as many reptiles as I thought that there would be. I thought it'd be 50-50 plants and reptiles. I would have liked to see more because I really like them. I think they're so cute. So I had a lot of fun seeing the ones that were there, but that is something I wish that there was more of. And I also think it was mostly just for shopping, really, Plantcon, and that's fine. I kind of figured going into it, it was gonna be a lot of shopping, but if you haven't been to one of these events before and you think that maybe they have a lot more to it, it's usually just some plant lectures, shopping, and maybe some photo ops. That's usually all that it is. I think it was worth it. I absolutely had the best weekend in Dallas. I would do it again. I would happily go again next year or every year. Honestly, I had the best time. I loved saving up for it and then being able to just buy the plants that I wanted. I think I was pretty responsible with the plants that I got. If there were plants that were iffy, I really just didn't pull the trigger on them, and I'm happy with it. I cannot believe I only got one Hoya though. That is so unlike me. But I really wanted Anthurium and Scindapsus. If anything, I wish I'd gotten more Anthurium, but there weren't a lot of Anthurium specific vendors there, like a Wild Roots. I'm also just very partial to Wild Roots Anthuriums. I think that they are extremely high quality. They're always very healthy, very happy, and they're some of the best prices. So I'm very happy just mostly buying my Anthurium from Wild Roots in general. Maybe that's a me problem, just wishing that there were more Anthurium like this, but I'm really happy with all the plants that I got, and I think it was a very successful event. And I hope that this gave you a little bit of insight into it if you weren't able to attend. So that's going to be it for my Plantcon Dallas weekend vlog, because we did more than go to Plantcon this weekend. It took up most of the weekend, but we did a couple of other things too. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss anything from me on the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.